All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing today on this Thursday, March 18th, 2021? Thank you for joining me here tonight for another metallic episode of Music of Destruction. Bringing you the very best in metal-related content right here on YouTube on the only metal channel you need. If you missed anything in the past week, click that eye in the upper right corner of the screen. Get caught up on all my latest videos. I would certainly appreciate it. If you'd like me to review anything, make suggestions in the comment section down below. No slam, deathcore, metalcore, or modern tech death. And please remember to subscribe and turn on that bell so you don't miss anything, man. This is the hardest working metal channel on the platform, bar none, and nobody's going to give it to you the way I do, unbridled, passionate, raw, uncensored, and unfiltered. So welcome to Top 15 Thursdays here on the channel once again, and tonight I'm doing my Top 15 Russian metal bands, and this one was kind of a viewer request. He had asked me if I would do my top 15 Russian black metal bands. Well, the good news is the majority of the bands in this list are either black metal, funeral doom, or both, so don't worry. One thing I will say right away is that Russia has a hell of a black metal scene, and in my opinion, one of the best in the world today. And there's so many bands I've discovered and absolutely love that come from this tundra, and I personally feel like Russian bands have a certain sound and approach that no other country has, and the atmosphere in their particular brand of black metal is unmatched, to say the least. And if you're a fan of extreme metal, then you cannot go wrong with anything on this list. So let's just get right into the video, shall we? Coming in at number 15, Mortem with Amputator, released in 1993 on Moroz Records. This is brutal death metal. That's what's playing in the background right now and on the video screen. This is some of the best old school death metal I've ever fucking heard. It's raw, putrid, vile, violent, visceral, uncompromising, and totally fucking sick stuff. You cannot go wrong with Mortem. I am ordering this CD at the end of March. This is some of the best brutal death metal I've heard, and it's old school, so you know you're not going to get any of that stupid technical fucking bullshit. This is just old school brutal death metal the way it should be. Amputator from Mortem gets number 15. Coming in at number 14, Necrocannibal with Somnabuliformic Possession. Jesus Christ, try saying that fucking 10 times fast. Released in 1994 on Metal Agen Records. This is death metal done right. It's old school, it's raw, putrid, vile, disgusting, and has that Russian tinge that I talked about before. You can definitely tell this comes out of Russia. This is some of the greatest old school death metal I've ever heard. I'm definitely going to get this album as well. As I've always said, Russia has a very healthy metal scene, especially in the early 90s. They got overlooked in favor of other countries. I don't know why. Necrocannibal, this is a great album. Somnabuliformic Possession gets number 14. Coming in at number 13, Graveside with Sinful Accession, released in 1993 on Moroz Records. Moroz Records produces some of the best old school death metal, and Graveside is no exception. You can't go wrong with this album. It's brutal, it's vile, it's raw, it's uncompromising, and it's fucking visceral the way death metal should be. Head-banging excellence here. Some great passion and conviction on every album I just mentioned, but this one really has its own unique flavor, and you just have to check it out. Number 13, Graveside, Sinful Accession. Coming in at number 12, Death Vomit. No, not the Death Vomit from Jakarta, Indonesia, though they will be on my top 15 Indonesian metal bands. This is Death Vomit, self-titled, released in 93 on Metal Agen Records. Once again, this is another death metal album. Absolutely fucking amazing. This stuff, I don't know why anybody hasn't talked about this that I'm friends with on Facebook or anywhere else, but this is an incredible album. It's uncompromising as well, but it's also got some great instrumentation. It's a little bit technical, and you can't go wrong with Death Vomit. Gets number 12. Coming in at number 11, Mortem with Euthanasia, released in 1993 on Death City Records. This is thrash metal, one of the best in the game from Russia, in my opinion. And their thrash metal scene, though not very prolific, did have some gems in the early 90s. This is one of the greatest records that came out in the 90s on thrash from Russia, and it's an incredible album. Just listen to it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Coming in at number 10, Internal Cold Perception of Death, released in 2018 on Cold Breath of Silence Productions, DSBM. This is depressive black metal, and it's atmospheric, it's raw, it's so fucking funereal, it's solitary, it's isolated, it's cold, it's dark, it's black. What more do you need to know? Internal Cold Perception of Death gets number 10. Coming in at number 9, Funeral Oppression, The Prisoners of Life, released in 2015 on Deleting Soul Records, another DSBM gen. Ice cold, melancholic, fucking misanthropic, isolated sadness, wrapped up into an awesome album. The Prisoners of Life, not one you're going to want to overlook. If you love DSBM, then you know what you're getting into here. But again, Russia has their own sound, and that's very, very present in this album. Funeral Oppression, The Prisoners of Life gets number 9. Coming in at number 8, Lunar Hollow, Endless Cold, released in 2018 on Depressive Illusions Records, another DSBM classic, one of the best in the game. You guys are going to want to check this out. Lunar Hollow, not a band I really hear a lot of people mentioning. Very underground stuff, very raw, but also very emotional, complex, compelling, and absolutely fucking mesmerizing. Number 8, Lunar Hollow, Endless Cold. Coming in at number 7, Winter Cult, Neverending Self-Hatred, released in 2012 on Rigorism Productions, another DSBM classic, one that I find myself coming back to, though I'd come back to any album on this list. This is one that I'm definitely going to buy as well. Their own brand, as I said, it has its own sound, Russian depressive black metal, and I have some very, very fond memories of this record. It is fucking mesmerizing. You will love it. Just check it out. Coming in at number 6, Windbrush with No Stars, Only Dark, released in 2014 on Hypnotic Dirge. DSBM once again, an absolute fucking classic. It's cold, isolated, misanthropic, hateful, suicidal. What more do you need to know? Number 6, Windbrush, No Stars, Only Dark. Coming in at number 5, a female one-woman black metal project with Blade of Death from the Freezing Veins of Night, released in 2010 on Salute Records. Ambient black metal, but could easily fall into that depressive black metal catalog, but very, very ambient, very classical influenced, very well composed. A lot of thought-provoking stuff going on here and a lot of innovation. This is an incredible album by this young lady. Blade of Death gets number 5. Coming in at number 4, Colorless Forest, Those Who Come With the Rain, released in 2013 on War Against Yourself Records. Ambient black metal done right. You guys know what it is. If you heard ambient black metal, Colorless Forest, Those Who Come With the Rain, has its own unique sound. Every band on this list you could easily set apart. Nothing here sounds like anybody else, and this is its own brand of Russian ambient black metal. You're going to love it. Number 4, Colorless Forest, Those Who Come With Rain. Coming in at number 3, The Lost Sun, Spectral Voice from a Newborn Star, released in 2016 on CD independently. This is cosmic black metal. You will get lost in this. You will feel like you're traveling through space, lost in an icy void of nothingness, inside of a black hole. That's what it fucking sounds like. Absolutely goddamn incredible. Make sure you check it out. If you can find it, buy it, because I'm definitely doing the same thing. Number 3, The Lost Sun, Spectral Voice. Coming in at number 2, Zerbitter with Hymn to Oppressive Void, released in 2010 independently. Ambient black metal. Some of the best in the game from Monarch. He's also in True Noir and, of course, Sathagwath, which is what became of Zerbitter. This is an incredible album. It's very, very oppressive and it's very monotonous, but that's how I like my ambient black metal. And you can't go wrong with Zerbitter. Anything in his discography is worth checking out. Zerbitter's Hymn to Oppressive Void gets number 2. Coming in at number 1, Sathagwath, Gates into Pristine Abyss, and I actually own this album. Released in 2014 on Eerie Torture Records, black metal with Monarch handling the instrumentation and Azathoth from Insetslik doing the vocals and the lyrics. This is fucking pristine stuff. It's amazing. It's atmospheric, it's raw, it's dark, it's hateful, it's aggressive, it's misanthropic, like all the black metal on this list, and it gets number 1 because it deserves that spot. Sathagwath, one of the most unique black metal bands from Russia, absolutely incredible. Alright, so there you have it, another top 15 in the books here on Music of Destruction. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's premiere. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss anything. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Music of Destruction. Teespring store with official merch, teespring.com/music-of-destruction. Check me out there. Making some new merch this week. If you want to support the channel on Patreon, The Seed, episode 31, The History of Thrash Metal, up on Patreon. If you'd like support, patreon.com/music-of-destruction. Pick the $5 tier and get access to the podcast for life. Your support keeps the channel going, keeps the content flowing, helps me put out better stuff all the time. We got new equipment coming for reviews on the run. Our cameras are here. We're getting the lighting. Movie and game reviews with myself and Colton James. We're also working on an amateur horror film. Let's check out a clip of what you can expect on the new YouTube channel.
Notice that the walls of the theater are painted in black.
Something? He's been
Sorry,
here.
guys.
How do you know?
Looks like I lost him.
There's no sign of him anywhere.
And we are back. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Have an awesome night. We will see you for the live stream and Metal Album Warfare Fridays. Cheers.